This is my predicted match day 23 for the Springboks who play Wales this Saturday. Before we get into the video, my name is Robbie Gillette and I'm on a journey to become the #1 sports content creator in South Africa. So if that's a journey that excites you and interests you, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you found value in this video, and of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I always love to know what you guys think. I always read the comments, and sometimes, actually quite often, my opinion has changed with these videos when I read the comments, and yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let's get into this video. This is my predicted match day 23. For once in this Autumn Nations series, Rassie Erasmus has an opportunity to play around a little bit with the team. Starting 15 in general has been very, very predictable and hasn't really changed, with the odd tweak, and the bench has sort of been where the debate goes, you know. However, with this Wales side, who, in all honesty, and it's brutally honest, let's just be honest with each other, they're bad. They're not good. I think to get 52 points against a struggling Australian side, let's not forget, Australia struggled in the Rugby Championship. They've gone abroad, or they've gone to the Northern Hemisphere, and they've taken out Australia in a magic win with Len Ekitau, but a London magic by Len, and then, of course, they're thrashed. I mean, they thrashed Wales on Saturday. Wales are a struggling side. So this is why it gives Rassie Erasmus the opportunity to play around a little bit with his starting lineup and possibly give some new guys some caps, which is what I really, really desperately hope, that they try some new combinations, possibly a brother combination, possibly a Cameron Hanekom, a new 8 of all Bulls loose trio. But let's get into it. At #1, I've picked Gerard Steenekamp. He's a guy who sat on the bench. Look, he's been massive for the Springboks this year. What a find by Don here, man. There's a classic story of Rassie saying, okay, who's our next loosehead prop? And Don pointed at Gerard Steenekamp and showed him a game of Gerard. And Rassie said, oh, no, okay, who's this guy? And then they showed him another game. And then, of course, he impressed and then got called up. Gerard Steenekamp, if we didn't have him this year, we'd be a bit stuck, given the fact that Kutsi has obviously been injured for most of the year. So Gerard Steenekamp, I think, deserves a real proper go and of course, a start ahead of Ox and Chair this weekend, because let's be honest, Ox has put in a massive shift and deserves a little bit of break. At hooker, I think they're going to go with Malcolm Marx. They're going to give Bongi a rest and put Johan Grobler on the bench. Grobler, a guy who's been in the mix. He has played sort of third fiddle to Bongi and Malcolm, and a guy who I reckon gets on the bench this weekend with Malcolm Marx starting. And then a tight head prop, I think they're going to go with Thomas du Toit. A guy who's solid over the ball, carries well, hits the rucks, dangerous from 5 meters out, knows where the try line is. He scored when he played for the Springboks against Scotland, and I think they'll go with him at 3. They'll give Vincent a bit of a break. They'll put Thomas du Toit. Wilco scrum well last week, but I think he maybe has a little bit of a break too. And of course, Thomas du Toit starts at tight head. And then at 4, I think they're going to go with Erge. He massively impressed me on the weekend. His hands are incredible. He's got the hands of a backline player. That's what makes him so elusive, because he's so different to any other lock that any team plays. You know, not many locks have the ability to offload, the ability to get one out the back. He pulls it out the back quite nicely as well. So I think he offers that something a little bit different to our attack. You know, when we play in a little bit of a looser brand, you know, sort of a Tony Brown influence, I think Erge is actually a key instrument in that, because of his hands, because he allows quick ball, sort of keeps the ruck times a little bit slow with those pops, and sort of avoids rucks actually because of his offloading ability. And I think, you know, went well in the lineouts on the weekend. So I think they're going to play Erge at 4, and then for me, Franco Master at 5, purely because I believe that Eben Etzebeth does deserve a bit of a break. He's had a massive shift this year. He's played full 80 minutes. Him and Peter Steff have been the most consistent Springboks, I suppose, time-wise, you know, starting week in, week out, having very, very little of a break. So I think they should give Eben a little bit of a break this weekend and play those two together. Different combo as well, and see how they go. And then, of course, my loose trio is a full Bulls trio, and I'll tell you why now. I think they're going to play Marco van Staden at 6. You know, when Circulis is not playing, they play Marco van Staden at 6. So I think they'll give Marco van Staden a go at 6. Just give Khaleesi a bit of a break, let him rest, let him recover, and really give Marco another go against a struggling Wales side. Have a put a bit of a dent in there and a nice performance. And then at 7, I think they're going to go with Ulrich Lowe. He's been really consistent for the Springboks this year. You know, I think, and I stand to be corrected, so let me know in the comments, but when the box side was first sort of announced, Ben Jason Dixon was in, and people were sort of going, oh, where's Ulrich? And it looked like Ulrich was out of favour. And then he got called up, and he's been one of the most consistently picked guys and performing guys for me. So I think he deserves actually a shot to start at 7 on the weekend against this Welsh side, which will be a tough. They've got a tough forward pack, and then at 8, I think they're going to go with Cameron Hanekom, and I'll tell you why, because I think Cameron has earned his spot, has earned the right to play for the Springboks with his Blue Bulls performances. And I think they'll start him because, say for instance, if something does go wrong, they'll have a backup on the bench. You know, it's different to bring someone on debut off the bench, and then we know Rassie's not afraid of pulling guys early. So I think that's maybe a little bit of the thinking as well. I don't think Cameron Hanekom's going to struggle. I think he is going to absolutely kill it. He's going to have a really good game, and I'm not just saying that because I like him, but he's shown enough. He's shown me enough, I guess, which is in my humble opinion. But he's shown me enough to go, okay, Cammy Hanekom, you can start a test match for the Boks, especially against Wales, and it'll be a nice test match for him because it's an atmosphere that's hostile, and it's an aggressive atmosphere at the Millennium Stadium by all accounts, and it'll be a big test for him against a Welsh side. And you know, he'll have the guys that he plays with the Bulls with, which will provide a little bit of chemistry and comfortability for him, which I think always helps on debut. And then at 9 and 10, this is my bold pick, or my bold selection for the weekend. I think they should go with Jane Hendrickse and Jordan Hendrickse. Two guys that, of course, have played for the Springboks before. Jordan started the last test against Wales at Twickenham in the beginning of the year, beginning of the season. So he knows how to play Wales. We know that we can play with him at 10 and still win test matches. And I just think that's sort of like a move that Rassie will just make, because Rassie, let's be honest, he's for the people, and any young kid / kids around South Africa who've got brothers, who've got siblings, will know that it is a dream of yours if you both playing rugby to play for the Springboks, let alone at a 9-10 combo at the Millennium Stadium. It'll be sold out. So I really believe that they should go 9-10, Jaden Hendrickse, Jordan Hendrickse, for a really, really special moment in South African rugby. And not just because of that, you know, everything else aside, but because they've been playing good rugby. Like Jordan Hendrickse has been so good for the Sharks, and I think he's earned his spot, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes at 10, because I think he also has the goods to play 10 at international rugby. Now 12-13, it's simple for me. Keep momentum, keep the guys, you know, like I can imagine it must get a little bit, you must get a little bit despondent if you're an Andre Esterhuizen and Lukhanyo because, you know, they are quite clearly sort of playing second fiddle to Delindi and Kriel. So I think to keep morale up, to keep chemistry, and also because they are the Shark Centre partnerships, we talk about comfortability and chemistry, and of course they've been playing good rugby. So and that's what I mean. Look, they've been good. Andre Esterhuizen and Lukhanyo then starts at 12-13 for me. Really, really good players. Andre Esterhuizen gets that go forward, and organises so wonderfully. He's got great hands, so that distribution to the wingers who I'm selecting actually is Kanamudi, Makazole Mapimpi, and then Willie Leroux as the back three. Kanamudi, I thought, was wonderful against Scotland. He had an outstanding performance, brilliant in the air. And then, of course, Mapimpi, who also scored 2 tries, if I'm not mistaken. He's been really good. I think they want to get him to 50 caps, so I think they're going to give him as much as possible against a side like Wales, with all due respect. And the same with Willie. And I'm not saying this because like the whole reason they're getting selected is because they're going to get to their milestone, but you know, it is a strong possibility that is the case, and they can still do a job. That's why they wouldn't, if they couldn't do a job, they wouldn't be selected. But I think it certainly helps that they are nearing milestones, and that Rassie definitely wants to give them, because they have been such great servants. So I think Rassie will play Willie at 15, and then of course the next game in South Africa, give his 100th cap to him in South Africa against Italy. So that is the starting 15. The bench is in a little bit trickier because, you know, it's a whole mix and match. I think they're going to go 5-3. Starting the bomb squad, I think they're going to go with Johan Krobler. As I said earlier, he's been playing about third fiddle to Malcolm Marx and Bongi Mbonambi, but I think he'll get a go off the bench this weekend, and yeah, really have a nice test against Wales. And then I think they're going to go with Wilco Louw on the bench, as well as Oxenchair and Wilco Louw. Ox, who offers a little bit of insurance, comes on and looks pretty fresh, doesn't he? And Wilco, of course, he scrummed wonderfully when he played last week. So, and I think maybe a nice little impact there for Wilco, and an opportunity to show that he's got an impact off the bench. And I think they're going to go, of course, with Eben Etzebeth. A little bit of insurance as well, but I've got a weird. I think Eben just bloody loves to play. You know, obviously probably goes without saying, but I think he wants to play week in and week out. So I think they're going to go with Eben and then Kwagga on the bench, rounding up the 5 forwards for the 5-3 split. And then I think they're going to go with Grant Williams, who's just insane. I mean, he'll tear Wales apart in that last 30 minutes. He's just going to run through them. Then I think they're going to go with Marnie, who had a decent crack at last week against England. Wasn't great, missed a couple of kicks, but I think when that game opens up, Marnie's just going to be a real pleasure to watch. And then I think they're going to go fussy on the bench, round up the 5-3 split of 3 forwards. So yeah, that is my predicted lineup, but maybe a combination of predicted / what I want to see. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It's going to be an absolute cracker, the final international match of the season, which is kind of sad because it's been an epic 2024, hasn't it, for the Springboks and South African fans. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, if you liked it, if you found value in it, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. We're pumping out the YouTube this week, so stick around, and I'll see you on the next one.